Hey, welcome back, Mark's Garage channel. Monday morning after Easter. I'm thinking today is the day I'm going to try to take this door off. I'm stripping down the cap so I can start working on it. I was either going to take the bed off or take the doors off. I think today is the day I'm going to go after the doors. I think they're going to really fight me. Let me show you what's involved. I can only open it that far because of the cover right now, but I can move that. I can raise that up. But I got an access panel with Phillips screws. I'm guessing they're going to fight me every step of the way. And there's a lower access panel, also with Phillips screws. That one's so rusty, it's got a hole in it. And once I get at that, then there's probably, I think, 3 or 4 bolts on the hinge, if it's the same as the 47, that are behind here. And then the door slides out off of the hinge. There's like a hinge pocket built into the door. I could slide the door off, and then I could store the doors. Now, I made some room in the tent. I got rid of the tires I had in the tent, so I got a little bit more room in there. I'm going to try to get the nose under there, the bumper under there, and get that into storage. I also want to try to shoot a introduction to my videos. I used to have an intro for my other 47. I really should shoot an intro for my channel and get that done today as well. So let's see what happens today. So the first thing I have to do is get these handles off. They look like they're 100 years old, but they've got a cap screw on top of the set screw if they're the same as the 47. So I squirted some WD in there, and it's a flat screwdriver, a narrow one. It's turning, but you got to be careful, otherwise you strip the head off and you never get it out. And it's fighting me every step of the way. Same with this one. You get a half a turn out of it. This one's coming. This might be the set screw because I feel it loosening up. There it is. Coming off. Well, there's one. So that is the set screw itself. And this one here, kind of working it back and forth. There it goes. Coming all the way out. Let's see if it's a cap or a set in a second. That's a set screw, but it must be literally rusted right to the shaft. I'll throw some penetrating oil on that. Move it around a little bit. See if it moves. I guess worst case I'll go get the torch. See if a little heel help. Maybe a little pry on that. But I don't want to pry too hard because I don't want to dent this. But let me go get some more tools and we'll get back to that. You guys missed it. I was holding this handle right here. It just crumbled in my hand, literally. But I'm trying to move this. The window won't move itself, so it won't crank down. I put the pry bar here, and you can kind of see the metal flexing, this metal behind it. So I don't expect this thing to come off easily, but you know, if I were to break it apart with a hammer or just crush it with big pliers, it's not like I'm going to reuse this in any way, shape, or form. And they sell replacements, you know, reproduction units of it. So I think maybe the big pliers. I got a giant pair of channel locks. Might be able to crush that because this is probably just pot metal that'll shatter. But you know, it's not moving. So let me go get some more tools. I probably should have put my gloves on for this, but didn't really want to peel the paint in the back there. Started to peel, but I'm going to repaint all this anyways. I'm not really too worried about it, but where's that pry screwdriver? Make sure I don't touch anything too hot. Yeah. I got these giant channel locks from Harbor Freight years ago. Anybody might remember, there was a time when Harbor Freight was not in every, didn't have storefronts. It was a mail order catalog, and you get the flyer in the mail like once a month. And they had cool stuff, really cheap. But I don't think this is going to come off anytime soon. Oh, look at that! Came right off. Yeah. A little penetrating oil got in the back there. You can see this is orange. They must have sprayed this with the doorknobs off and didn't tape it. But yeah, came off. Cool. We'll go after these next. I wonder what these screws are going to be like. Is this in the picture? Here's the first one, the front one, the lead one. Yeah, yeah, that ain't turning. That ain't turning. That ain't, oh, that one turns. 1, 2. I'm on the top row here. I'm probably just out of the shot. No, turn the camera just a little bit. 3, 4, 5. Oh, let me get some weight on that. That one's not. That one's not. That one's not. But I think I want to go get something that'll give me a little leverage on the turn. So let me go get another tool. Be right back. So I'm going to try the vice grip on the screwdriver, see if I can get a little more leverage on the screwdriver. Yep, I broke that one loose. Broke that one loose. Now this one, I don't know if you can see this one. This one's in bad, it's in rough shape. But it looks like somebody hit the head of the screw with a hammer. Let me see if I can get it to spin just a little bit. No, I could feel the vice grip actually slipping on the screwdriver. It's a round shaft on the screwdriver. Nope. That one got. I don't know if I'm still in the picture. That one's no. And that one's a yes. So I think there's only a couple that didn't turn. That one turns. That one turns. This is the one that didn't. This one did. I should get something to mark off the ones that I can't get. Just because I can't remember. All right, top row went, no problem. It's that one and one over here on the end. A little heat on this guy. That sure peels the paint. Oh, just dropped the torch. That's not good. Nope, that one don't want to go. That one does. Let me reset this. And I still got the 4 down at the bottom to do. I'll show you those in a sec. There we go. I also got the impact drive, which I think if I use that, it'll just strip this out. Nope, no. The impact drive worked. I'm going to try it on this one now. Worked on that one too. So that's everything loosened up on the top. That's perfect. Now I'll move the camera. I'll show you where I'm at on the bottom. Let me see. Right down here. Got 4 there. Just go right to the impact. 1. 2. 3. That one's a little on the dirty side. Let's see if the oil will clean it out. I don't think so. It's like something's filling the hole there. I can either go get a pick and try to pick that clean, or you know what I'm going to try to do while I'm here? See if my vice grips will grab it from the outside. I wonder if these are the right screws for this. These are original screws. I think I'm going to find a lot of non-original type of screws on this vehicle for some reason. I can get a grip on that. I really can't. Can you even see that? You see me trying to grab that panhead type of screw? Just doesn't want to grab it. Just keeps popping right off. Try to get it more in the curve of the jaws. Let me see. Maybe if I get that with a hammer, it would clean it out a little bit. Well, I gotta go get something, a hammer or a different vice grip or something. Be right back. I just got this old screwdriver tip. But look at all the rot pop out of that hole. So this fits a little better now. Oh yeah, look at that. Loosened it right up. Probably a hammer and help too. I'm wondering if these are machine screws or sheet metal screws or what. Yeah, they're sheet metal screws. I'm curious if that's the original design intent or there was machine screws there or what. But have this off in a second. Check this out. This will blow this right out. Yeah. Just 4 panhead machine screws should pop right out. Eek. There it goes. Last piece. So there's a nice little cover with a hole in it. That'll be fun to patch. And let me bring you down here, take a look at what's going on in here. So, three bolts rather rusty. So I'll spray those with some penetrating oil. I'll let that oil work itself in while I go do the top. Let that do its thing. So there's the inside of the door. You see, the truck was originally green. The mechanism looks very similar to what was on the S10. I mean, not the S10, on my 47. This is weird though. They put the screw behind to get this mechanism off. How do you get that screw out? That's a really good question. The hornet's nest in there. So yeah, I'm gonna be cleaning out this door, and then the dent in the door is right back here, so I can now hammer at it if I wanted to, with maybe a drift or something, try to get the dent out. Well, the dent's down there, down further, so I can play with that later too, maybe. But right now, see about getting this hinge out. There's the 3 screws. They should come out relatively easy, and we'll just take the whole door right off, and then I can go work on those hinge pockets. So now that I'm really looking this thing over, it appears that there's a trim piece that used to go here that I'm missing. I don't know whether that's chrome or what. Anybody knows what goes there, let me know. And it's missing from the opposite side as well, so I don't have anything to compare it to, but obviously something's missing. And I'm rethinking, maybe I'll just leave these doors on for a little while longer and spend the time stripping the cab with the doors on and removing the bed. And I think for now, for the rest of the day today, I'll at least go and loosen up the other side, and then I can store all the bolts and the 2 panels. I gotta go find a storage spot for them. I'll show you what I got in mind for that. So stand by while I go to the other side. So the driver's side came off relatively easy. Down here, I had a little problem with these 2 bottom bolts, but I was able to get them with the vice grip. Again, these interior bolts, you know, they're going to fight me, I'm guessing. So I'm going to spray the heck out of them with penetrating oil. Hopefully it won't be that bad when they come out. It won't strip out or anything. And then you can see the hinge pocket. It's Swiss cheese, so it's going to need some work. And that'll be part of restoring this cab, along with the floorboards, probably the supports under the cab. And I'm leaning towards a full frame swap on this vehicle, so I can make it into a driver. I'm looking at a parts truck Ford that's got an inline 6 and a hydromatic, but I'm afraid if I go get that, I'll turn this into a full restoration and bring it back to the glory of being a hydromatic. But this was a V8 truck with a hydromatic, which is supposedly super rare. And I think when I'm doing some research, the original engine's a 347 Pontiac engine, was the original V8 for this. So I guess if one fell out of the sky, a 347 Pontiac V8, you know, I'd have no choice but to restore it to its original glory and make it an original truck. But in the meantime, I'm thinking I'm heading towards Restomod City with, you know, a good frame underneath it, and maybe an LS engine that I can almost daily with this. So that's where I'm at. And here I'm looking at this here. These 2 screws. This one doesn't have the 3rd screw that's behind here. How do you get to that? But we'll cross that bridge soon enough. Green truck. I was never a fan of green. Anyways, I'm going to leave the video off here so I can post this and show you I'm making progress.